Kansas City was rocked when reports surfaced of a sudden injury during the team's latest practice session. What began as a routine day at training camp quickly turned into a moment of deep concern for coaches, players, and fans. The Chiefs, preparing for another dominant season, were forced to pause as medical staff rushed to evaluate one of their key players. Witnesses described the atmosphere as tense and uncertain, with silence falling across the field. Speculation spread rapidly, as insiders suggested it could involve a core member of the offense. The Chiefs staff immediately took precautionary measures, ensuring the player received medical attention before any further activity continued. News outlets picked up the story within minutes, amplifying concern throughout the NFL community. For a team built on precision and leadership, any potential setback this close to the regular season raises alarms. The question on everyone's mind was simple but heavy: how serious was this injury, and what could it mean for Kansas City's upcoming campaign? Inside the Chiefs' locker room, emotions ran high as players processed the shocking event. Many had witnessed the moment unfold and could sense the gravity immediately. Teammates who shared years of battles on the field were suddenly quiet, reflecting on the uncertainty that hung over the team. Leaders like Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce reportedly addressed the squad privately, emphasizing unity and calm as they awaited updates from medical staff. The organization has always taken pride in its culture of support, and this moment tested that deeply. Across social media, fellow NFL players sent words of encouragement, while fans flooded comment sections with prayers and concern. Analysts noted that the Chiefs' mental strength has been tested before, but the emotional weight of an unexpected injury can shake even the most disciplined locker rooms. The team's focus now turned to rallying together, maintaining morale while the medical evaluations continued behind closed doors. The silence from the franchise suggested seriousness, and the waiting only intensified, the concern spreading across the league. After several tense hours, preliminary reports began to surface regarding the player's condition. Sources close to the team revealed that medical evaluations were ongoing and involved multiple specialists. While details remain limited, it was confirmed that the injury was significant enough to warrant immediate further testing. The Chiefs' medical team, known for its cautious and thorough approach, prioritized accuracy over speed, ensuring no details were overlooked. Analysts began speculating about the possible scenarios, drawing comparisons to past injuries within the organization. Depending on the diagnosis, recovery could range from a few weeks to several months, a timeline that could drastically impact the Chiefs' season plans. Within the facility, coaches adjusted practice routines and player rotations, minimizing risk for others while awaiting clarity. The Chiefs' leadership made it clear that the players' health was the top priority, not rushing decisions. As the team awaited a final medical report, the broader NFL world watched closely. Recognizing that the situation could influence both the AFC landscape and Kansas City's long-term strategy, with uncertainty surrounding the players' availability, the Chiefs' coaching staff began reassessing their tactical approach. Andy Reid and his coordinators faced the challenge of balancing preparation with precaution, ensuring the team's rhythm remained intact. Depending on the player's position, adjustments could ripple across offensive or defensive schemes. If the injured player was a starter, Kansas City might need to promote a backup or even explore trade or free agent options. This process demanded both speed and precision, as one misstep could weaken the team's early season competitiveness. Patrick Mahomes, as the team's leader, carried additional pressure to maintain confidence within the locker room and stability on the field. Analysts suggested that Reid's experience in handling adversity would be vital in keeping morale high. The Chiefs' recent dominance has been built on adaptability, and this injury would now test that resilience once more. While fans feared a long-term absence, internal sources emphasized preparation and trust in depth, key traits that have defined Kansas City's continued success under pressure. The injury news did not just affect Kansas City. It sent ripples throughout the entire NFL. Opposing teams immediately began recalibrating their scouting reports, anticipating potential lineup changes. The Chiefs' upcoming opponents, particularly divisional rivals, monitored updates closely, knowing that even a temporary absence of a key player could shift the balance of competition. Sports networks dedicated entire segments to breaking down the implications, highlighting how one player's health could influence playoff projections. Former players shared their perspectives, recalling how similar moments can either fracture or strengthen a team's spirit. For the Chiefs, this incident reaffirmed the unpredictable nature of the league, where success often depends on endurance as much as skill. Fans across social media debated the long-term effects, with some expressing cautious optimism while others feared a major setback. The organization, however, remained composed and methodical, signaling confidence in its process. As speculation continued to rise, the Chiefs maintained silence, focusing on recovery and internal adjustments rather than public reassurance. Across Kansas City, fan reactions reflected both shock and deep empathy. Chiefs Kingdom, known for its loyalty and passion, rallied online in a collective display of support. Messages of hope filled social media, with thousands of fans posting tributes and prayers for a swift recovery. Sports bars, local radio shows, and fan podcasts were consumed with discussion about what the injury meant for the team's identity. Many drew parallels to previous seasons when adversity had threatened to derail the Chiefs' championship runs, only for the team to emerge stronger. Yet this time, the concern felt more personal. The injured player had become a symbol of consistency and leadership, and the idea of losing that presence resonated emotionally. Some fans expressed frustration at the timing, so close to critical games, while others focused on trust in the organization's resilience. The shared uncertainty created a unified moment across Kansas City, a reminder that, in sports, the connection between players and fans often goes far beyond wins and losses. In moments like these, leadership defines the direction of an organization. Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, and defensive captain Chris Jones each played vital roles in maintaining focus within the locker room. Reports indicated that Mahomes spoke to teammates about discipline and accountability, emphasizing that setbacks are part of championship pursuits. Reid, known for his calm demeanor, reinforced structure and routine, ensuring the team's preparation didn't lose momentum. Meanwhile, veterans stepped up, guiding younger players through the emotional turbulence. Leadership within the Chiefs has always been their silent strength, built not on words but consistent actions. This moment tested that culture more than ever. Across the league, analysts praised Kansas City's professionalism, noting that the true character of a championship team is revealed in moments of adversity. Whether this injury became a temporary challenge or a season-altering event, the Chiefs' ability to unify under pressure could define their trajectory for the remainder of the year. The foundation of leadership remained unshaken, even amid uncertainty. This incident was not the first time the Chiefs faced sudden adversity. In past seasons, key injuries have threatened their momentum, only for the team to respond with remarkable resilience. From Mahomes' ankle issues to defensive setbacks, Kansas City has consistently demonstrated an ability to adapt and overcome. Analysts began drawing parallels, highlighting how the organization's preparation and depth often serve as its safety net. Each challenge, while difficult, has strengthened the team's resolve and sense of purpose. The latest injury served as another chapter in that story, a reminder that success in the NFL is rarely linear. The Chiefs staff, shaped by years of experience and playoff battles, understands how to navigate moments of uncertainty. By reflecting on past responses, they are better equipped to manage the current situation with patience and discipline. This historical context offered fans reassurance. Even when adversity strikes, Kansas City's culture of excellence and persistence consistently transforms challenges into defining turning points. As official reports clarified the injury's nature, the focus shifted from shock to recovery. The player began initial treatment, supported by team doctors and personal trainers. Kansas City's medical staff crafted a detailed rehabilitation plan, prioritizing long-term stability over rushed returns. Within the organization, optimism began to rebuild. Teammates expressed public support, describing their determination to carry the load during the absence. This phase required patience, dedication, and trust in the recovery process. For the player involved, it marked a personal test of resilience, facing both physical and mental challenges. The Chiefs' track record of managing injuries effectively gave confidence to fans and analysts alike. Recovery, however, is never guaranteed in professional football. Each day became part of a larger journey, one that would not only influence the team's performance, but also the player's legacy. The hope across Kansas City was simple yet powerful, that perseverance, professionalism, and unity would once again guide the Chiefs through adversity toward renewed strength. What began as a moment of fear gradually evolved into a story of resilience. The Chiefs transformed uncertainty into motivation, channeling emotion into purpose. The injury, while unfortunate, became a rallying point for players and fans alike. Coaches emphasized that true champions are defined not by ease, but by their response to hardship. Each practice, each meeting, and each game became a statement of endurance and collective belief. The injured player's journey inspired teammates, serving as a reminder of the human side of the sport, the sacrifices, pain, and determination that define greatness. As Kansas City continued its pursuit of excellence, this episode underscored a timeless truth. Unity turns trials into triumphs. The Chiefs, strengthened by experience and guided by leadership, stood prepared to face the challenges ahead with renewed resolve. Through adversity, they reaffirmed what makes them elite, a team built not just on talent, but on unwavering resilience and an unbreakable spirit.